Hey, what's up everybody? It's Papa Bale and welcome to the channel. So, we've got the dual drive. But the cool part about this is it's all one drive. So what it is there's two sections, okay? Let's turn off section number 2 for right now. We got this little toggle switch. It's in on position. We're going to turn it to off position. Notice the change. Everything slows down. These lights start getting brighter. And this is going up to like 78 or 9. And that light is starting to flash over there. Okay, so now I'm going to turn this circuit back on. And we went from that light, and now I'm going to turn it back on. Switch it straight over to this light. So what happens there? What happens is the energy that was going through the first circuit, and I said through the first circuit, was ending up in here. And I basically put a switch between the negative of this and the emitter of the transistor of the second circuit. So this thing is powering the second circuit with the excess voltage of the first circuit. You get what I'm saying? So when I turn this off, all that energy starts pooling up in the capacitor bank. And yeah, you can see those lights are getting pretty bright.
And then at 70 volts it starts to...
And then we flip it on. Here, get this real quick. Back down to 28. With that initial jolt, I don't know, it's probably pretty good to get 75 volts and then 28 consistently. Now the initial input is 32. So we do a little math, and it takes virtually like 4 volts to run that. Now I have two 32 gauge strands hooked up in bifilar and trifilar setup on the wheel. One 32 gauge strand for each circuit. Now do I want to put the 32 gauge strand in? I do, but I need to get another multiplier before I do that, I believe. I think it's too much resistance for this amount of voltage. So virtually we get the one circuit, which is the cross right here. So this coil, this coil, this coil, and this coil. And then the other one is this, and this. There's a lot of 20 gauge in here on both sides of the equation. There's 16 gauge in each one. There's only 18 gauge in one. There's 24 in the other. I know it's an odd twist, but I think it works really good. Maybe it could work a little better. We're going to find out later on. I think the positioning of the coils is good. Positioning of the trigger is good. Yep. I'm looking for the tach meter. Usually it's right in front of my face. Anyway, so the one drive is really, it's not that great. It is 31 volts. And this light will start to come on in just a second. There it goes. Yeah. Then it'll get brighter and brighter. The energy's pooling up in here. Awesome. And normally I'd have voltage on this meter right here if it was on, the power supply. I'm only using one power supply to do this. And I think that's the best part, is I'm getting virtually the same amount of output virtually. I mean, it's a little less ultimately, because the potential's less. but you're getting virtually the same amount of speed, like 5,555 7 or 6,000 divided by 4, of course, because there's 4 magnets on the rotor, so like 1,500 RPM. Out of one very long circuit. You get what I'm saying? The only reason I do it like this with the 8 coils is because there's only 4 magnets on the rotor. So in order to get the full benefit of the 4 mags, you want to have a totally other setup in the void spaces. You just want to have a totally other setup there. So you make an 8 coil setup with 2 triggers and 4 coils on each side. Yeah, and it works great. If you didn't understand what I'm saying, I barely understand myself. But it makes sense that each 45-degree section here would have a trigger in it, and everything lined up with each one of those would be in series with that trigger. That just makes sense to me. And it's for, speed. And there's little things you can do. You can turn the coils 30 degrees. You can do a bunch of stuff to increase the RPMs altogether. Yeah, man, I'm kind of done talking, but I'm just enthralled by how well this turned out. I mean, if you put your hand like right here,
I can feel a breeze.
there's a strong wind coming off this thing, man. And it's being pushed out like this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, when I have the fabric softener, the dryer sheet hooked up to the bottom of that, it sucks the air in and blows it through the dryer sheet just like a normal fan. Except, this is a little bit odd, a little bit less normal, but it does the same thing virtually. And that's how I made it. I printed it like that. So when I spin it clockwise, it sucks the air in. And it has nothing to do with anything other than making the room smell nice. It does go at its peak up to 1,600, I'm going to say, RPM, 1,500, 1,600. But that's just with the coils that I have here. And 31 volts. So 31 volts isn't that much. I need to get another multiplier, and we're gonna definitely get cracking on that. But thank you very much. Peace out. Have a wonderful night. Please subscribe. Bye now.